Today's not only the day, it's many days ahead of us. It's critically important that we continue to share, support the residential school survivors, their families, their communities. The past is never forgotten, but we need to continue to support one another.
Okay, my name is Katie DeMels. I'm actually first generation descendant of residential school survivors. This is a picture of my mother standing in front of Cumberland House, Saskatchewan Day Residential School. This is actually called tuftings, caribou hair tuftings. This is one of her pieces. This is a caribou hair sculpture. This is actually fish scales. That's fish scale art. This is a picture of her. This is our Scottish tartan.
What I have here on the table are items that represent my people, the Saisi Dene, my ancestors. And so they were a very nomadic people who followed the caribou, and so they would have depended on the caribou for their food, for their clothing, for their tools, for their shelter, for everything. Either caribou antlers or caribou hooves would be used as hunting lures for the men. They would tie those on their belt when they went into the trees, like during the winter mostly, to hunt, to attract the caribou. These are some tools that would have been made for scraping hides. This is the drum. And this is a caribou hide, and so they would be all of the items would be made out of caribou. So that's how important that the caribou was to the day. And so this is what I'm sharing with visitors today.
So this is the Warrior Caregivers table. Mm-hmm. The Warrior Caregivers is a men's mental health program, a wellness program. And we work with the Subarctic Friendship Circle, so we do stuff for women as well. On our table here, we have the 4 medicines. We have sweetgrass, sage, cedar, and tobacco. And we have a smudge going here. So we're going to be talking to people about smudging and letting people try it. When you're holding the eagle feather, the spirit of the eagle is with you. So with the 7 sacred teachings, the eagle represents love. This is a table of the Churchill Public Library. We have a selection of the books that we have. This is just a small part of it, but to give you an idea, so we have some books about the history of residential schools. We have memoirs of survivors. We have fiction, for instance, like Thomas King, by Indigenous authors, and a whole bunch of kids' books. So if anybody wants to explore more about the history or learn different concepts, there's resources in the library, and we're also open to taking suggestions of purchasing more like movies or books on the topics. So let us know.
Right. Back in the day, people would walk from the Prince Wales Fort through the park what is now the park, and then down the ancient beach bridges, because they're easy traveling, all the way to the Nelson River, which they would cross to get to work factory. Really treaty processes where the government and the Vatican met nation to nation with the First Nations peoples, and then the development of a lot of the treaties and the development of the residential school system, which had a history of 170 years in Canada.
Drum kit, and we use willows to make the sticks, and then you're ready to play.
At Frontiers North, we were suggested to take the course, The 4 Seasons of Reconciliation. Through that, I decided that with 58 North and with myself that I would take some steps towards part of that healing process. So we had a local artist, Nakia McIver, create these t-shirts for us. And then all of the proceeds will go towards the Orange T-shirt organization. I'm also trained in trauma therapy through yoga, so I also want to become a little bit more available to the community if anybody has any trauma that they'd like to work through.
But it's a great day for basically everyone to come together for truth and reconciliation. Lots of community members come through, lots of great activities on display. Students were involved, school, and like I say, just a wonderful time to get together for such an important cause. And hopefully there's more to come from this.
This is a piece created by the entire community. I painted the turtle with the intention of it being representative of Turtle Island, as well as bringing us the truth. And it carries a medicine wheel on its back, giving us the strength of balance within nature. And it rests within a circle, which is the circle of life. We're a representative of the circle of life and also representative of a dream catcher. Because this dream of balance, it actually is a dream. It's something for us to catch hold of and hang on to. Right now, Turtle Island is bound by the constraints of the residential school system and the effects of that. And that's illustrated by the orange wall around the turtle. Surrounding that is artwork by local students expressing their thoughts and feelings on truth and reconciliation. And outwards from that, what we're doing right now is inviting community members to place their handprints in a direction inwards towards the students and towards the turtle, in a gesture of hope and a commitment to striving for more for our future. And it's turning into a beautiful thing. We're really thankful that everybody came together and did their part and showed their support. Thank you very much.
Truth and reconciliation is about learning and being better people. And I think this community is all about team. We are one.
It's really important that we acknowledge the knowledge keepers for continuing to basically show the way, help us within our community to make sure that the Indigenous knowledge, the importance of the history continues on. The trauma that was caused by a residential school is something that we need to continue to tell the story. Talk about it, because it's going to take some time to heal. It's critically important that we continue to do that. And this community continues to show the way.